You know what absolutely grinds my gears? When people say women's wrestling doesn't deliver in main event situations. Well, let me tell you something that'll make your blood boil just as much as mine. At Crown Jewel 2025, we witnessed one of the most disrespected matches in recent WWE history, and I'm about to expose exactly why the wrestling world still isn't giving IYO SKY and Bianca Belair the credit they deserve for this absolute masterpiece. And if you think I'm overreacting, stick around because the evidence is going to leave you furious. Before we dive into this controversy, we have a quick request for you. We are constantly working to improve our content to earn your love and support. That's why we would truly appreciate it if you could take a moment to leave a like on this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon so you never miss an update here on Wrestling Zone Insider. Now, let's talk about Crown Jewel 2025 in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. The WWE Women's Championship was on the line. Bianca Belair, the ist of WWE, defending against IYO SKY, the genius of the sky herself. This wasn't just any match, this was a collision between two completely different wrestling philosophies, two women at the absolute peak of their powers, representing everything that's right about modern women's wrestling. Drop your answer in the comments. How many days did Bianca Belair hold the WWE Women's Championship before facing IYO SKY at Crown Jewel 2025? Let me set the scene for you. Bianca Belair had been on an unstoppable run as champion. The ist had demolished everyone put in front of her. Her combination of power, athleticism, and sheer will made her look virtually unbeatable. But here's where it gets interesting. IYO SKY represented something Bianca hadn't truly faced before, technical perfection combined with high-flying innovation. IYO wasn't going to outpower Bianca, she was going to outthink her. The match started with a feeling-out process that immediately told you this was going to be special. Bianca tried to use her strength advantage early, but IYO was like water, flowing, adapting, slipping through every power move Bianca attempted. The crowd in Riyadh was electric, and you could feel the tension building with every exchange. What made this match absolutely infuriating to watch from a critic's perspective is how perfectly structured it was, yet how little mainstream attention it received afterward. IYO SKY was selling Bianca's offense like she was getting hit by a freight train, while simultaneously making you believe she could pull off the upset at any moment. That's the mark of a true artist in that ring. IYO SKY is known for her finishing move. What's it called? Let us know in the comments if you're a true fan. The psychology of this match was next level. Every time Bianca would hit one of her power moves, and trust me, she was bringing the thunder, IYO would create just enough separation to reset the pace. She'd hit a drop kick, a jawbreaker, anything to give herself breathing room. This wasn't just wrestling, this was chess at 70 miles per hour. Here's where I need you to pay attention because this is crucial. Around the midway point of the match, there was this sequence where Bianca launched IYO across the ring with a fall-away slam. Most wrestlers would stay down, sell the devastation. But IYO, she rolled through, hit the ropes, and came back with a missile dropkick that caught Bianca completely off guard. That's innovation. That's what separates good wrestlers from great ones. The near falls in this match were absolutely brutal. I'm talking about moments where you genuinely couldn't predict the outcome. When Bianca hit the KOD, the kiss of death, and IYO somehow kicked out, the arena absolutely erupted. You could see the disbelief on Bianca's face. What more did she have to do? How do you put away someone who refuses to stay down? But here's what makes me angry, and I mean genuinely furious. After this match, where was the mainstream sports media coverage? Where were the think pieces about how these two women just put on a clinic? Instead, we got the same recycled storylines about other matches getting all the attention. It's 2025, and we're still fighting for women's wrestling to get the respect it deserves. This one's for the hardcore fans. What was the name of the faction IYO SKY was part of during this time period? Comment below. Let's talk about IYO SKY's offense in this match because it deserves its own segment. Every move she hit looked devastating. Her moonsaults were picture perfect. Her strikes had genuine impact. When she locked in submission holds, you could see Bianca actually struggling, actually fighting to survive. This wasn't choreography, this was two elite athletes pushing each other to the absolute limit. And Bianca? Don't even get me started on how incredible she was. The ist was lifting IYO like she weighed nothing, throwing her around the ring with moves that would hospitalize normal human beings. But here's the beautiful part, Bianca was also selling. She was making you believe that despite all her power, IYO's speed and technique were giving her problems. That's storytelling, people. The closing sequence of this match had me on the edge of my seat, and I've watched it probably 20 times since Crown Jewel. IYO went up top for the over the moonsault, a signature finishing move, and the entire arena held its breath. This was it. This was the moment. The execution was flawless. She rotated perfectly through the air, and when she connected, you believed it was over. But Bianca Belair didn't become the ist by giving up easily. Somehow, she dug deep and kicked out. The resilience on display was absolutely unreal. And this is where both women showed why they are at the top of their game. They didn't slow down. They didn't take a breath. They kept fighting. Here's what you need to understand about why this match matters so much. In Saudi Arabia, WWE has been making history by showcasing women's wrestling in a country where, just a few years ago, it wouldn't have been possible. And instead of playing it safe, instead of having a short, forgettable match, WWE trusted IYO SKY and Bianca Belair to deliver on the biggest stage. And deliver they did. The finish of this match, I won't spoil it completely for those who haven't seen it, was absolutely perfect for the story they were telling. One woman walked out as champion, but both women walked out having proved something important. They proved that women's wrestling doesn't need qualifiers. It's not good for women's wrestling, it's just good wrestling, period. Final question for the comment section: how many times has Bianca Belair been women's champion in WWE? Show us your knowledge. What infuriates me most about this match is how it gets overlooked when people talk about the best matches of 2025. You'll hear about other matches, other moments, but this absolute gem in Saudi Arabia somehow gets lost in the shuffle. Why? Because it didn't happen at WrestleMania? Because it wasn't the main event of the show? That's nonsense, and you know it. The technical execution, the storytelling, the emotion, everything about this match was top tier. IYO SKY proved she belongs in the conversation with the absolute best wrestlers in the world, regardless of gender. Bianca Belair proved once again why she's called the strongest, the fastest, the toughest. I want you to think about this for a second. These two women went to Saudi Arabia and put on a match that had grown men in the arena standing on their feet, screaming themselves hoarse. They created moments that will be remembered by everyone who witnessed them. They raised the bar for what women's wrestling can and should be. And yet, when we talk about Crown Jewel 2025, how often is this match the first thing mentioned? It's a crime, and it's exactly why channels like Wrestling Zone Insider exist, to make sure matches like this get the recognition they deserve. Their athleticism on display was insane. The innovation was next level. The drama was real. This wasn't smoke and mirrors, this wasn't camera tricks, this was two world-class athletes at the peak of their powers, telling a story that resonated with everyone watching. So here's my challenge to you, and I really want you to do this. Go back and watch this match if you haven't seen it. If you have seen it, watch it again with fresh eyes. Pay attention to the little details, the callbacks, the psychology. Then come back here and tell me I'm wrong. Tell me this wasn't one of the best matches of 2025. I dare you. This is exactly why we do what we do here on Wrestling Zone Insider. We shine a light on the matches, the moments, and the performers who deserve more attention than they are getting. IYO SKY vs Bianca Belair at Crown Jewel 2025 is a perfect example of a match that should be studied by every wrestling fan who claims to care about in-ring quality. Both of these women left everything in that ring. They gave us a match that proved women's wrestling isn't just equal to men's wrestling, sometimes it's better. And if that statement makes you uncomfortable, if that makes you want to argue in the comments, good. That means you're engaged, you're thinking, you're feeling something. That's what wrestling is supposed to do. The legacy of this match will continue to grow as more people discover it, as more fans go back and appreciate what we witnessed. IYO SKY and Bianca Belair didn't just have a match, they made a statement. They said, we belong on this stage. We belong in this conversation. And we're going to prove it every single time we step through those ropes. So let me hear from you in the comments. What did you think of this match? Do you agree it's criminally underrated? What was your favorite moment? Let's start a real conversation about why matches like this deserve more recognition. Don't hold back, I want your honest opinions, your hot takes, everything. That's what Wrestling Zone Insider is all about. Remember, this is just one match from an incredible year of women's wrestling. If you want us to break down more matches, more moments, more of what makes wrestling great, make sure you're subscribed and have those notifications turned on. We're bringing you the content you won't find anywhere else, the analysis that goes deeper than surface level, the respect that matches like this deserve. IYO SKY vs Bianca Belair at Crown Jewel 2025, a match that demands your attention, deserves your respect, and will be remembered as one of the classics. Now let's hear your thoughts.